Unifying Humans and Crows, Complex Social Behaviors Surrounding Death. Brought to you by Jeff Chang, Jabril Jaludi, and Dafala Mumani.
Death is something that all humans have to deal with, whether it be the death of an acquaintance, friend, or loved one. And the ways in which we deal with death can vary greatly. But, with most cultures, we give respect to the recently departed, with a funeral or gathering of sorts. Funerals are held to mourn the death of our loved ones and to respect and remember the lives they had. Funeral customs vary widely among cultures and religions, however. For instance, in the United States, the body of the deceased is placed on display in a coffin or casket. In America, it's customary to avoid wearing white or bright colors to reflect on the unfortunate dealings with death. While in some Eastern Asian cultures, it is believed that the color white is more symbolic of death, so it's common for white to be the chosen color for funeral attire. A funeral is typically meant for friends and family to come together to mourn the passing of individuals. However, not all funerals are as gloomy. Rituals like the jazz funeral in New Orleans use upbeat jazz music and marching by the family and friends to celebrate the life of the deceased. Some other extravagant funerals include the sky burial, performed by Buddhists in Mongolia and Tibet. They believe that the soul moves on, while the body is to be returned to the earth. The body is often placed on the top of a mountain, leaving it to the vultures and other elements of nature. Despite the fact that we as humans have differences in our cultures, religions, and rituals during funerals, we all tend to gather together and share the fond memories we have of the deceased. Are we as humans the only species able to comprehend death in terms of being able to mourn? Is it possible that this ability to mourn and hold one final ceremony for the departed isn't a quality that's exclusive to humans? Researcher Kelly Swift is a PhD student at the School of Environmental and Forest Sciences at the University of Washington. Kelly Swift was particularly interested in animal behavior surrounding death.
Other animals, including elephants, primates, dolphins, that when exposed to a dead member of their own species, respond in a way that is easy to describe as a human-like funeral.
Kelly Swift took a particular interest in crows due to the different behaviors they exhibit when discovering the dead body of a fellow crow.
So one of the things we find most fascinating about these birds are their very relatable and human-like behaviors, stuff like the funerals.
Crow behavior surrounding death is fascinating. Upon realizing the complexity of crows, Kaylee felt it was a subject worth exploring.
Some of the more interesting anecdotes we were receiving that piqued our interest in researching this scientifically was observations of crows sitting for prolonged periods very silently, sort of silent vigils around these bodies, sometimes even placing objects on top of the body as if they were burying it.
It's without a doubt that crows learn from death. In Kelly Swift's research, she found that crows are wary when approaching an area that a dead crow was previously found in. In this clip, a flock of crows are reacting to the body of a dead crow. When a group of crows gather around, we call it a murder. Maybe we should redefine the term and call it a funeral due to the complex social behaviors crows have when dealing with the death of another crow.